Howdy ho H2Os, Roller Bros, and Fake Riots alike, I'm your guide Key. Welcome back to r/AmITheAntagonist. I've got a piece of red pepper stuck in my throat, so let's get into these stories and we can decide who is and who isn't the antagonist. Am I in the wrong for wanting my daughter to take down her Instagram post which she made after she came out to us? First off, I'm not homophobic, neither is my husband. Our 16-year-old daughter just told us yesterday that she was gay. We're really happy that she decided to share that with us, and we told her that we will be there for her no matter what. We have no problem with her orientation and we fully support her. But my daughter made an Instagram post which read, "Just came out to my ultra-conservative parents, it was the most difficult thing to do. I'll fight no matter what." Most of the comments were just calling us bad people or bigots, and she seemed to be fine with that. My husband's parents called him and just told him that they were disappointed in him for being homophobic. They even told us that if we did not like her, they would take her in. He was in tears. I got really mad and asked her to take down the post, which she did, but she told me that we were being unfair. We are not conservative at all. I'm religious, but I'm not obsessed. I've never forced my beliefs on my husband. He doesn't believe in the church or my daughter. Am I the antagonist? So no, you're not the antagonist here at all. If we're to believe everything you shared with us, it sounds like your daughter just wanted to paint her own narrative of what happened. I mean, this could have been an awesome moment to be like, hey, I just came out to my parents and it was a really difficult thing to do, but it all worked out. They accepted me completely. Even though my mom's religious, she was totally cool with it. She didn't say like, oh, God hates you now. Everything was cool. But my only explanation is maybe she heard other people's stories of having backlash from their parents, and she wanted to, like, be part of that club and gain some sort of pity points and belong with those people that had problems with their parents, and in the process, just made her very kind parents look very bad. This is ridiculous in my opinion, and the woman that wrote this is not the antagonist in this situation, but let me know what you think. Am I the antagonist for telling my daughter to give up on her dreams? Basically, I'm a doctor who graduated from one of the top med schools in the country. Because of this, I know what it takes to make it as a doctor. My eldest daughter is also on a medical track. She goes to a top 20 school and is excelling. She is a junior and will probably get into one of the best med schools next year. My youngest daughter is not like us. For my eldest daughter and I, math and science come more naturally. It's not something we need to work at. My youngest daughter, however, really struggles with these topics. In college, she has to study her STEM classes for hours and hours just to get the average grade at a school that's not very difficult. My daughter, to her credit, is a very hard worker, and I admire that. However, hard work could be placed into a field that she can really excel in instead of being a doctor. She will always struggle in med school, but she can take her talents elsewhere and become an amazing law or business major. The drama is that she called me yesterday and told me that she had trouble getting accepted with an internship and asked if she could work with me this summer. I basically told her that she should reconsider the medical professions because she spends all day studying and she is barely average, and I don't think she can succeed as a doctor. But I reassured her that it's okay and she can find something else to shine in. On the phone she was really quiet and I ended the phone call with "I love you." After this, I have my eldest daughter, ex-husband, mother, and siblings spamming me and telling me to apologize. Youngest won't even pick up the phone. I understand that her feelings may have been hurt, and while that's valid, I think tough love will help her in the future. For example, it may have hurt her feelings when she was younger because I wouldn't let her eat cookies for dinner, but as a parent you need to protect your children even when it hurts them in the short term. TLDR, told daughter that she won't succeed as a doctor, now everyone is mad. Am I the antagonist? This one is very complicated in my opinion because becoming a doctor is something that is extremely serious, and once you're a doctor, in a lot of positions, lives will be at stake and people's health will be at stake. The things that I'm thinking about when it comes to this post is, yeah, maybe the mother didn't say it in the nicest way, and it might be really hard to break it to someone that they might not be cut out for the field that they dream to be in, but it's not right for this mother, in my opinion, to give this girl an internship when she was not accepted to any of the other internships. The market has decided that she's not good enough in her classes to get an internship, so for this mother to put her in an internship in her hospital or whatever, it would actually be an example of nepotism and preferential treatment, which I don't think is a good idea at all in the medical industry. So overall, I personally don't think there's anyone in the wrong here. I think that maybe the mother could have gone about this better and maybe just been like, hey, I won't give you the internship because you're not really at a place where I'd want you interning at my hospital yet, but keep working at it. Possibly consider changing majors if this isn't the thing for you, if you're really struggling, but maybe not crush her dreams so much. But I think it is good that the mother intervenes in some way at this point, rather than have this girl graduate with her undergraduate at the bottom half of her class, have trouble getting into a master's program, have trouble getting into a doctorate program later, and then ultimately possibly require more preferential treatment from the mother, and then end up being an underqualified person in the medical field, which is the last thing we want, in my personal opinion. Sorry I went on for so long, but I do honestly think this is one of the most complex Am I the Antagonist situations we've looked at, so please let me know your opinion, because I could be completely wrong. Am I in the wrong for leaving an 18-cent tip and getting the waitress fired? I was dining at an upscale restaurant, and the bill came out to $49.82. I pulled out a $50 bill to pay, and told the waitress I didn't need change. Goes without saying, but I was planning on leaving the rest of her tip on the table. I used to work as a server, I always tip generously. The waitress misunderstood my intentions and said, "Really?" loud enough for all the other diners to hear. Before I could say anything, she said something like, "Wow, thanks for the generous tip," snatched the payment from the table, and walked away in a huff. All the diners around me were staring daggers at me. It was humiliating. I flagged down the manager to let him know what happened. He knows me and knows I'd never stiff servers. He offered to comp the meal, but I said it wasn't necessary. I just wanted to let him know what happened and would be on my way. The manager insisted that I was owed an apology. Made sense to me at the time. She apologizes, I give her my tip, I leave, everyone is happy. When the manager called the waitress over, both of us saw her roll her eyes as she was walking here. As soon as the manager saw this, he put on this "you're about to get fired" face. All the tears and pleading made no difference. It was ugly. People were filming with their cell phones. As she was being escorted to the back by some kitchen workers, who probably think I'm the second coming of Satan, the manager insisted on comping our meal, and we went on our way. When we got home, the wife claimed that I was in the wrong for making a huge scene out of nothing and getting that poor girl fired over a simple misunderstanding. I feel like all I did was share a legitimate complaint to the manager. She is the one who escalated it by rolling her eyes at us. Am I being unreasonable? What would you have done in this situation? Okay, first off, I was a server for 5 years, and 1, I take tipping very seriously, but 2, I take good service even more seriously, and this woman walked off a cliff the second she complained directly to this guy about not receiving a tip before she even knew if she was getting one or not. You don't complain about anything until that person is out of the restaurant and you check that table to see if money has been left. What she did was incredibly rude, and if I were in that situation, what I would have loved to say to her is, "I was about to leave you money, but thanks for making me look like a piece of garbage in front of everyone in this restaurant." Did she deserve to be reprimanded and fired in front of everybody? Probably not, but she definitely deserved to get fired, because you do not make a customer look like a fool in front of everyone and possibly prevent them from ever coming back when they have done nothing wrong. That you got what you deserved as far as getting fired is concerned. Am I the antagonist for leaving my trash in a park that had no trash bins in it? So me, my parents, and my little brother went to the park reserve for an afternoon hangout. We walked to the viewpoint where we sat and had lunch. When we were done, my mom pulled out some plastic bags and we cleaned all the trash we had left behind. We were left with 3 small trash bags. We then continued to walk around the park for another hour or so, continually searching for bins to which we could throw our bags into. The park had no bins whatsoever. We searched everywhere and even asked a handful of people who were also there. There were no park inspectors or anyone official for that matter, but saw no trash bins anywhere. In the end, we decided to leave our bags on a branch of a tree near the entrance to the park, near the parking lot, where if someone would come to clean, he wouldn't miss it, but it wouldn't be just stranded in the middle of the park. Our car is rather new and small, and we didn't feel like it's our responsibility to take the trash if the park inspectors don't even care about putting trash bins in the park. They add an edit. Okay, so after leaving the post and checking it after an hour or so, the overwhelming response is "You are the antagonist. Thanks for giving me some better perspective over the situation, and I do agree that I was in the wrong here. With that being said, I must add a small note. The park is not a nature reserve, and I'm pretty sure there's no wildlife in it whatsoever. So I decided the best way to go about this is to file a complaint to the city council, asking them to put trash bins in the park. Hopefully some solution is made." Okay, so that was my main concern, is that like maybe animals were going to break into this and die via a plastic bag. And there are probably animals around no matter what. There's animals in a lot of places. Even if you're in the middle of the city, you can have squirrels and birds and stuff like that. So I'm glad this person realized they were in the wrong, because obviously you came into the park with stuff that was going to become trash, and you should leave with that stuff that now is trash. The park definitely should have trash bins in it, because not everybody is so diligent that they're going to clean up their trash if there's no bin there. So yeah, it's good to put in that complaint, but obviously you shouldn't have done what you did, and I'm glad you realized it. So I've got good news and bad news. I'm sorry the video was a little bit shorter today, but I was reading this like sponsored thing for this sponsor that's going to be supporting the channel, and it took way longer than I expected, so I ended up getting started on this video super late in the day. Let me know what you guys think about sponsors on YouTube. I think they're really cool because they kind of protect us against demonetization. I've been getting demonetized so much lately for like the randomest stuff, and I hate to complain about it over and over again, but the cool thing is stuff like this helps that not be as big of a deal. It still stinks to lose money on a video that should be completely advertiser friendly, but YouTube's automated programs just detect something wrong for some reason. But I am extremely excited for this sponsor because they're a company that I like, and it's a product that is super relevant right now and useful. I don't want to like give too much away because they might actually end up canceling on me, even though I signed a contract, so hopefully they won't. But anyway, skate on to the best of your abilities. All of my links to my social media and my Amazon affiliate links will be in the description down below. Feel free to check those out if you like me and you want to follow me in other places. I hope you have an absolutely wonderful day. Make sure you are drinking more water. Staying hydrated is so important, and I'll see you very soon.